Welcome back. It's been a while. I haven't made one of these in a while. Actually, I haven't made a video in a minute. Been thinking of a few things, but I'm lazy as fuck. So,
Who really isn't in the 21st century?
you are completely right about that. But I'm back. I'm not dead.
I mean, with so many distractions, how can you stay focused?
You're right. There's a lot of entertainment out there.
The
A lot of,
vices.
a lot of chances to be lazy. And most people take those chances unless
A lot of
they're,
bad habits.
yeah, it's not fun.
It does happen.
But I'm back now, and we're making another podcast. We're not here with our amazing other guest we had on like 2 years ago. It felt like, but we're here now, and we're gonna this time talk about what's wrong with the modern pop slash just the mass general music. Well, just music in general, just rap and pop, and even metal and other stuff to a certain degree, and maybe bring up some exact songs that we just hate or hear all the time in social media or just people blaring it through their cars. It's just shit like that,
Or just what happens when you have things shoved down your throat all the time.
which people like to do. You tell them you like something, and then you get berated for that, and then you tell them you dislike something, and then you get berated. So it's a lose lose.
So, off the bat, I guess we'll have to come up with something that we hate,
Something.
that we absolutely despise.
Yeah. Well, first thing that comes to mind to me. Now, I do like this genre of music. I like the old '80s, 70s style of country. Believe it or not, I think it has some creativity. There's some good lyricism in there, even though it is even stale for those times. On talking about breaking up with your wife, or
Getting drunk.
I feel like that's the more modern country scene, but
Well, yeah.
But I mean, it was a lot of the older too. But I think it's really bad. More. I'd say it's worse in the more modern scene.
There was at least a soul back in the 70s country.
Yeah, and I'm, I there is a soul, but it it is a lot of repeated lyricism with a lot of uh, some songs just feel like they're really put together quick. Not saying again
They probably were.
like one of my favorite artists in this field of older country is Hank Williams Jr. His lyrics are not the greatest a lot of the time.
You're not lying.
His lyrics honestly suck sometimes, but I like the instrumentation, his chords. I mean, and when it does feel like he's actually singing about something, it feels like there's a lot of soul there, and I feel like that's missing in the more of the a lot of more modern country artists. Putting like just rap beats that don't belong in a rap song in a country song. I don't think just period. I feel like rap is invading every single other genre of music when it shouldn't be.
In different ways, yeah.
I mean, with metal, it was new metal in the '90s and shit, and then you have the country with more modern
All
scene.
that weirdness.
Yeah, and I don't think it belongs, but what do I know? People love new metal, and a lot of people like those more modern country hits. But one country hit that was it's not it's not new. Uh, but just one hit that comes to mind that I always hate. You always hear it in these stadium areas, or like in a. I've went to a rodeo one time with my dad, and they played the song over the speakers, and it was it's that one where I forget what it's called. I always forget what it's called and how it goes because I hate it so much, and I don't want to remember it.
Uh, can you give me something?
I got friends in both places, like that one.
Yeah, it's a George Strait song.
Well, hold on. No, I'm thinking. I'm thinking of. There's this one I'm specifically thinking of, and it has something to do with like alcohol or tequila or something.
Um, I know what you're talking about. What was that? I haven't heard it in a minute.
I haven't heard it in a minute either, but I just hate it so much. I'm really blanking, but
It doesn't matter.
this song in particular, I'm sorry I can't think of it, but it's kind of like a party song, and you hear everybody singing it, and it makes my blood boil. I hate it. So off the
got free.
low place, there's another one I'm thinking of, but I'm really
That
blanking.
would make my blood boil.
I hate that one too. I don't like George Strait, even though he's like.
Nice shit. He's always been shit.
I kind of agree, honestly.
I don't know. Everyone thinks he's a legend. I don't know why.
I don't know. He's like the godfather of fucking country music. Whatever. I think Charlie Daniels, Hank Williams Jr.,
Waylon Jennings.
Alabama. Those are all great. I think those are all great older country bands from the 80s. And
There's some other ones too, but
yeah, there's some other ones that I'm not thinking of right now.
honestly, I really like Charlie Daniels.
Charlie Daniels is probably my favorite. He's a lot of jam band type stuff. If you haven't heard his debut with that, with his band, that is a phenomenal album. Saddle Tramp, that's awesome. There's other few good ones by him. Same with Hank. I forget his titles for albums. Whiskey Bent, that's also a really good one. And Alabama's got some great ones. And yeah, there's just some good old country music. People just often berate country music because they think to the modern scene. I mean, I completely understand. It's terrible.
It's horrific.
The lyrics are all one note. It's
all very shallow, no meaning.
yeah, and it feels almost like pop. Like there's hardly no slide guitar sometimes, I feel like, or
I mean, you'll have like solos and stuff, but they're just really basic kind of.
I know, and it's I don't know, it's just very it all just like blends together. I feel like the old stuff didn't blend as well. Like you had very like Charlie Daniels and like Alabama, for instance. Like Alabama was very hooky. He had a lot of hooks in his like bigger hits, and it was catchy. But Charlie Daniels is a lot of jam type stuff, and I mean it was not to where it was like pop hooky, but there was some hooks there.
Some country shred.
Yeah. So that's probably my number one. Not my number one, but like first one I'll talk about here. So that's one thing I really hate in the modern scene. Is some more modern country type pop shit that's just terrible. And I'll let you go now.
And there's a lot of preference to it, obviously. But
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't heard some of the old stuff, I'd definitely check it out. Charlie Daniels is probably number one I'd say check out. If you like country or just jam type stuff. That's really all I have for country. So you got one? Or do you not have
No.
anything? Alright,
what am I trying to think of?
shit in the modern pop scene you don't like? Or I mean just shit in the modern scene you don't care for. Just
Well,
like very
thing I don't like is just how everyone has to copy like the same rap production style.
uh-huh.
Like every pop song has a trap beat and has like 10 dB bass boost.
Yep. You see it, you hear it fucking everywhere. I mean, it is everywhere. I mean, you hear it in advertisements. I really, and especially with Christmas coming around, I get this YouTube ad all the time.
What do you get?
I get this YouTube ad all the time from like Macy's or something, to where
I think I know which one.
it's like the regular Christmas, but yeah, yep, it's got a trap beat in it. I'm just like,
sick of trap beat and everything.
yep, I'm just so sick and tired of hearing that shit. I'm so tired of it.
I think a lot of people are.
I am. I don't know why this has to be everywhere. Like why? I get like it's the main music attraction now, but I feel like even in back in the day when the biggest like genre, there wasn't like so many ads geared towards that specific genre of music. So I don't know. All of a sudden now that these advertisements and everybody's going, we got to put trap beats and everything into our commercials or just our music or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. Everybody's just trying to get clout, I guess.
I mean, it's just easy, I guess, for like advertisement agencies to just take what's popular.
Dude, I'd rather listen to that one rapper that got memed forever ago. Skippy dip pop pop, and a pop pop prr, boom.
But you actually came up with something at least.
I mean, yeah, I would rather listen to that.
What was that guy's name? I forget.
I don't know. I just know he got memed forever ago.
Put it up, boom.
It's funny.
I'd rather listen to KSI rap.
I don't know. If you enjoy rap, hey, that's awesome. But I don't enjoy it, so I don't know why I have to hear it everywhere. I don't want it blaring in my ears. I like metal and shit. I'm not gonna blaze it in your ears. So
Hey, you're not like you wouldn't do that.
I mean, it. I mean,
As a rebellion, you know.
as a
To the
rebellion,
masses.
I guess. But
Only decent rap is like old gangsta rap, like, and hip hop.
I mean, I've given some rap songs a try, and it's like, oh, you need to listen to more. You might like it. I don't know. Every song I've just been like, I can listen to anything else. It feels like there's more creativity there. I'm not saying there isn't. I'm sure there's a lot of creative, really awesome artists out there. And if
But mostly when you try something, you're like, this is just dog shit.
yeah, for me, that's for me. By somehow, if anybody somehow watches this horrible podcast, and they can leave a recommendation in the comments. No one's going to see this, but I'll lay it out anyway.
I mean, I'd listen to like Ice Cube or something like that, or NWA or something, but because they actually had like some meaning into what they were saying, but like a lot of this newer shit is just same problem that pop music has, just kind of mindless. And
I mean, I just feel like everything back in the day was just more creative and had more drive to it. I'm not saying it isn't. I just feel like it was.
you're not saying that it is.
Yeah, I'm not saying it is, but it just feels like there was. But I don't know. I mean,
It's probably perspective.
I don't know. I mean, I've heard a few Eminem songs, and I didn't think they were terrible, but I never wanted to listen to them again. If I'm being honest.
You gotta condition yourself to stuff you're not used to, I guess.
Well, and then there's that point too that plenty of people can make. It's
Like, I used to listen to Eminem and enjoy the shit out of it.
yeah, I mean, it's like how you were raised.
I can't really do that anymore, though.
Yeah, well, you're conditioned and used to. But I mean, I do need to give it more of a shot. I just think of it when I'm listening to it, and then I'm like, I could listen to anything else.
I mean, if you go by what's on the Spotify like top charts, it's like
It's always like Kanye.
really dog shit.
It's always like Kanye, The Weeknd,
It's just like Drake and
Drake. It's another big one.
Dumbass, da baby and shit.
Da Baby is Da Baby actually like top of the charts? I don't know.
He was. I don't know if he is now. But yeah, he was for a long time.
Oh, and there's like one social media song I hear on Instagram all the time that I don't know if it's being memed because it's terrible or because people actually like it.
Which one is that?
It's like I don't even want to repeat it because to me it sounds god awful. I bet it's just being memed because it's terrible, but it goes like, "Out the wall." I don't know how it fucking.
What?
Well, there's a part where he's going like, "Out the wall, boo, boo, boo."
I've never heard that.
I've heard it. I've heard it before. I don't know. I can't repeat it with my mouth.
You can find me a clip or something.
I'll bring it up in post or something, if I can find it.
Okay.
But it's terrible. I mean, I wanted to plug my ears as soon as I heard that.
And sometimes there's just stuff that makes you want to kill yourself.
That was one of them. That was definitely one of them.
Yeah. What's the next topic?
Well, we did rap. I had talked about country. I guess just pop in general nowadays. Doesn't have a lot of that. Again, it's
Variety?
like variety, and it's the rap beats have kind of infiltrated pop now, so it's kind of like
Just 16th note trap beats, you know?
yeah. And then anything that isn't that, it's always like Taylor Swift party
Soccer
mom radio pop. It's like I feel like it's only those two. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but that's all I feel like I hear in the bigger mainstream of pop radio. It's just like pop with like
Definitely true.
shitty trap beats, or just soccer mom pop radio with like Taylor Swift and shit like that. In the I guess the more American.
Oh, it's everywhere too, though.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, every once in a while you'll have something interesting that slips through, but
I didn't think like the Weeknd's bigger, like this big blinding lights. Like I wish his whole like discography was like that song.
yeah.
Like I mean, to me that's more like that's creative. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
I feel like that was actually not bad.
Some synths and I don't know, is it like a keyboard?
Yeah, it had like a keyboard or a synth in there, and it had a nice hook to it. I feel like a lot of these more modern pop hits just don't have a good hook to me. Like they don't have like
I feel like they just force it too much.
I don't know. I feel like the hook's just like bland in a way.
I don't know, it's like 20 seconds into the song you already have the chorus. You're like, damn. I didn't take any build up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist here on music, but
Psychiatrist.
I know, I'm just bullshitting, but
Trying to find the words.
I think I've said a billion times, but
But
shut up.
but
I'm not even doing it on purpose. I just
yeah, it happens.
try to find the words. Yeah, the pop scene, not a big
It's pretty
fan.
rough. It's looking rough.
Not a huge fan on the big pop
Morale
scene.
is low.
Yeah,
Shall say.
and then music. A lot of artists aren't getting paid for their music like they were.
Because the record label takes it all.
Mm-hmm. And people just don't have a good incentive to keep putting out music anymore.
I mean, the music we like is just anything that's like really has a genuine feel.
And exactly, like metal, there is a lot of like metal that isn't genuine. You know, I feel like we just
That's true.
just because we're
Because we're in
Tone to
so
it.
much of it.
yeah we're in so much of it. I feel like we listen to something mediocre, and we'll feel like it's fucking awesome. A lot of the time, sometimes, just because
Well,
we're
I think that's what everyone does with their like the main genre they like though.
Yeah, I know. And
Like
I'm
if you're big into rap, I feel like that's what they do. Like, but to us, it's dog shit. They're like,
yeah,
oh my god.
this is incredible. Like I can't headbang to trap beats. um,
Hey, you like to headbang though.
and that's true. Like everybody just gets toned to what they're used to, and but I just feel like metal was just so more. It's just so much more creative in a way.
I kind of agree. Just metal and rock is like a lot of creativity, a lot of different elements,
Mm-hmm.
different instruments.
But with like a trap beat, you can just press like uh, it's like a keyboard that has like presets of beats. You can
Yeah,
just
they just have their patterns.
press like four keys on a keyboard and feel like you would get a decent like trap beat or whatever, or a beat that you could rap to,
It's overproduced.
and then just put a shit ton of reverb on your rapper or your pop artist, and then boom. That's it. I feel like there's not a lot of
But with rock and metal, there's more performance,
like, oh man,
like real performance going on.
I think this riff sounds good, and then you got to be really in sync with your other bandmates to really get like a decent take. You got to practice a lot.
And I think to us, there's more life to that than just going on Pro Tools and programming a beat.
Mm-hmm. And again, like not saying like it can't be just bland, like for sure. Like metal can rock and metal can be just extremely just cookie cutter, especially with like 80s hair
Pop metal.
mm-hmm.
There was one like modernish, like pretty modern rap artist that I did enjoy, but sometimes his popularity kind of gets to me.
Really anything popular. I'm just like I like this, but it's like, oh my god, what am I doing? Even with like early Metallica's
Ride the Lightning or something.
no, not Red Lightning. Even the most underground like good metal album, not Hit the Lights. My favorite.
Kill 'Em All.
Yeah, Kill 'Em All. I don't know why I was blinking there, but Kill 'Em All. Even when I'm listening to Kill 'Em All, I'm like, oh my god, I'm listening Metallica.
For me, with Metallica, it's just I've heard it so many times because it was like a gateway band to metal for me.
Yeah, I've heard the Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets so many times. I really, if I didn't go back to those albums, I wouldn't be upset about it. Like
I would be kind of upset.
I wouldn't be that upset about it honestly, because I've heard it so many times and I know how those songs go pretty much perfectly.
Like I can sit here and shit on Metallica, but I wouldn't like it if they were.
I mean, they inspired so much. They were phenomenal band.
And as much as like everyone shits on the Black Album, including me, it kind of got me into metal as a whole. So I can't really hate it.
For me, it's more Iron Maiden than anything that got me into metal. It's just YouTube. I was just scrolling through YouTube one day and I saw like The Trooper. I was like, what's this? So I'd say like the song that primarily got me into metal
Was it Trooper?
was The Trooper. That was my big song.
I don't know what exactly got me into metal, but like I listened to like the Unforgiven from Metallica first, and then I was like, damn, that's a good song. And I don't know, I kept trying more of their other shit, and eventually got into it.
When YouTube gives you recommendations, when you click on one, it'll give you like a lot. So it gave me Master of Puppets, and then I listened to that, and I was like, whoa! I don't know how old I was, but I was.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I was like, holy shit! this is, what is this?
This is something else.
And then I started listening to the Iron Maiden and Metallica albums, and then that's kind of like how I started out. That's how a lot of people started out, was Iron Maiden and Metallica. But
A lot of Metallica.
I mean, I do love those albums. They're just so big. I hate Lars so much.
Yeah, everyone does.
I hate him so much. He's such a douche. Such a douche. Do not like him one bit.
I try to ignore him.
He can't play the drums. I know that's a hot take, but he can't.
Oh, that's a really hot.
Yeah, I know, but he's just terrible. He's terrible. You could replace him with any other
you're
drummer ever in metal, and he would be better. Almost anybody. And he's always the one just like talking to other celebrities, being like, "Oh yeah, we're so good, we're so great, we're Metallica."
Well, he claims that he does like a lot of the songwriting
Bullshit.
and
He just wants the fame.
editing and shit.
He just wants the fame. He likes to be in the spotlight. Alright, we'll get off.
More fun to steal when it's not mine.
Man, Napsters. Anyway, what were we on?
Lars Ulrich.
No, we were talking about before Metallica.
Doesn't matter.
I guess, but just how many
Hopefully
listeners?
We concluded our discussion there.
I was pretty much done. But just how many of the listeners they have? I just look at it on Spotify while I'm listening to like Four Horsemen or something. I'm just like 50 million listeners. I just can't. I can't do it.
I can do it. I can sometimes on.
Well, I mean,
more of a
sometimes,
bitch
yeah.
to others.
And then there's those few bands where you think they're kind of underground, but then you say their name and then people know them.
Like what?
Like Halloween. I thought Halloween was kind of underground. But then I go to my college, and then I just like someone asked me, "Oh, what you listening to?" I was like, "Halloween." And these normal dudes that normally listen to like pop, they know like I Want Out or something. It's like, oh shit, really? I guess they're not that underground, I guess.
I don't know. It's hard to say. People are different. Like I bet you, like someone who's 50 doesn't know Halloween, probably. Usually.
Yeah, usually. Well, you got those old metalheads too.
Everyone's different.
A lot of good shit. I just feel like doesn't get its opportunity to shine. I feel like either didn't be
A lot of good shit never got exposure.
I mean, in pop, rap, or metal.
A lot of
I mean,
good rock music never got a radio play or anything.
I know
Not
it.
today.
And it's kind of a travesty. And then these terrible hits just get like top of the charts. It's like, oh my god, we're doomed as a we're doomed as a species.
Not you and me. We'll make it.
Yeah, we're built different. We're gonna cut that out.
I'm gonna edit that out.
I'm gonna edit that out.
Back in Black, I hit the sack. That's just what I think of when I think of popular shitty shit.
And there's so many AC/DC shirts everybody wears.
It's because they're brainwashed to like it.
I don't know. I don't know if people like actually listen to them or if it's just the hits.
Even people I know that are into music like AC/DC, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. his voice is terrible to me.
Like maybe that's what got him into rock music or something. Like when they were a kid, I don't know.
Like his voice is just terrible to me. And there's a lot of other metal artists that you could say. For instance, you don't like Dave Mustaine. Like, if you don't like Dave Mustaine's voice, I mean, understandable. I get it, but it's it's different.
You know what it is? I think it's like what people that don't listen to metal, they think it's like aggressive. I feel like.
I don't know. I feel like that's more towards the like death metal scene. And
No,
like,
I'm just saying like people that listen to like, just pop hits or like it's AC/DC's really heavy.
oh, maybe. I don't know.
Like, that's what it is to them. I feel like.
I just feel like they get conditioned in a way.
Of course they do.
I don't. I'm trying not to say things I've already said a million times.
I mean, if people were brought up just to listen to the radio and nothing else, then they're gonna like.
Like, why did AC/DC get pushed so much? There's so many other things that could have got pushed way more that had like better hooks. I feel like Kansas, for instance. They have so many like memorable, hooky songs
They do, but
with
they
a
never get
phenomenal,
exposure.
yeah, with like a phenomenal voice to back it. Like
They
he's
just they're just too different, I guess.
well, like what's so different about him though?
I don't know. They're not as like black and white lyrics, I guess.
But why would that change though? Like, is it just because they're like have a weirder synth sometimes?
They just have like odd musical sections compared to other things, I think.
Well, well, maybe I guess, but still, like,
It's song dependent, but it's like the style's just it doesn't make sense, but it kind of does. Just the way people are.
like that one song off the first album. I remember you were listening to it on vinyl, and I was hearing it. I was like, that could have been a really big, I feel like, hit.
Which one?
Pray for me, right on me.
Lonely Wind? Yeah, could have been.
Like, I feel like that would be like a really big hit or something.
Yeah, Lonely Wind could have been good. Moneymaker song.
There's just, I don't get why like AC/DC is the one that gets pushed, but not something like Kansas.
I mean, Lonely Wind is like the prelude to Dust in the Wind, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe it came out like, I guess 74 swing was big, stuff like that. Like party music, you know, disco.
Maybe it's because
Probably just wasn't what people were into at the time.
I guess you're right, because it was 70s.
74.
But then that doesn't explain how their biggest hit got pushed, because that was 75.
77.
77, sorry. I thought it was 75.
Or 76 for Carry On.
Yeah, like Carry On. Or Dust in the Wind. Those were all like 70s.
That's weird, man.
I see. Like, that doesn't explain.
It's really hooky, I guess.
Well, so is a lot of their other stuff. A lot of the
They
earlier.
were even on TV. And no one really caught on that much. I mean, they sold quite a bit of records. But, like, by modern standards, they're not doing that well. Like, songs that are making them money are just the hits, really.
It's the Dust in the Wind and Carry On, and that's it. I don't know if these, like, people, they get a hold of these records, just push certain songs, because it was grabbed by the right person at the right time, I guess. That's all I can...
I don't know, whoever has the power just decides, I guess.
I feel like any song from these, like, Thin Lizzy could have had a lot of other hits.
Oh, Thin Lizzy could have had like 20 hits.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
or like UFO and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
It's just weird.
I don't know. Entertainment industry is just weird sometimes.
It's just weird how some people, just a select few people, will go back and listen to this stuff that they haven't heard. But most people are unwilling to, so most people don't know about it.
Really sucks because there's a lot of really good shit out there that people are missing out on. I feel like.
But if your mindset, I guess, is just that you listen to whatever's popular, it's kind of hard to want to do that.
And then I feel like these guys that have heard these hits and don't listen to anything else, I feel like when they do hear something that could have been a hit or something that is really catchy like that hit, they don't even give it a chance. I don't know why they don't give it a chance. I feel like they're not listening to it.
Pretty much, it's like it's really like a mental.
Just like a mental block. It's like I can only listen to what I grew up with / I've heard on the radio for the billionth time. These people that don't give like anything else but the hits a chance.
It's really weird. Like, I guarantee you like, a lot of people will just will click on a band on Spotify and then just play, like, from the top where it says, like, popular or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. People are weird. They've, really just been brainwashed, I feel like.
It is really weird.
I don't know.
About it.
I mean, my dad's like the same way. I tell him like a country song from bands he likes, from these like older bands that he likes, and tell him to try it. And I just feel like he's just not interested at all into hearing it. It's like, oh, okay, this is from a band you really like, from like Charlie Daniels or Alabama.
Yeah.
And I feel like you just do not care. So it's really weird to me.
It's like you only care about the hit for whatever reason, even though this other stuff is just as good or better.
Mm-hmm. Like, people love, like, The Boys Are Back in Town. But there's so many other songs, even if you want, like, a catchier song from, like, Thin Lizzy, like Rosalie, even though that is a cover, but it's a phenomenal cover. Or Don't Believe a Word. Those are really hooky. Those could have been hits.
Johnny.
Or Johnny.
Boom, 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 boom,
Like,
boom,
that's
boom,
a really catchy riff. Whatever, man.
It's just strange how people do what they do.
Well, I guess that's about it. All we have, really.
Just kind of a weird rambling rant, I guess.
About just the modern scene and people on how they think. How specific genres.
Just how people act.
I guess kind of in a way, but
What they like, I guess. Just complaining.
yeah. People should actually give other bands a chance they like songs from.
It is the weirdest thing.
And
I guess that's it.
I guess that's about it. So anyway, I've said count how many times I counted I said so
yeah, we'll get better at it one day.
Anyway, I think that's about it. You got any final words?
Go listen to some music. If
Um,
you're listening to this.
Yeah, go listen to give an album recommendation.
Yngwie J. Malmsteen's Rising Force.
There you go. And I will give out Halloween, Walls of Jericho. Phenomenal album. Anyway, I'll try to post sooner.
Rather than later.
And My next video, I've been thinking about it. I'm kind of gonna do a Kai Hansen overview of his years of Halloween and Gamma Ray. I was thinking about it, and I think I'm gonna do that. So might be a while, but that is what I will do. Anyway, I think that's about it. See ya.